Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Lord of the Rings, The Battle for Middle-earth 2. And it's been nearly 2 years since we've done, I think it's nearly 2 years since we've done the easy campaigns, and we're actually back for the hard campaign, at least on the good campaign. I'm not too sure I'll be doing the evil campaign, at least anytime soon. I'll get into the why in a little bit. There is a lot to talk about, especially at the start here. But I'm going to try not to stumble over myself. I'm going to keep the gameplay sort of brief. So a couple of things to know here. So we need to get our Lorien warriors to the end as quickly as we can. Just because we need all three of our Lorien warriors up by this gate in order for it to open. We also use Glorfindel to activate that second pair of soldiers down there. That's just to get a little bit of extra XP built up. A little bit faster. These first three missions we're really stretched on the command points, or not command points, the ones that give you your spells, because we need them up, and we don't actually kill a lot of units. Obviously we avoid a few, so we're low on points basically. So yeah, we have, unfortunately we have a little bit of time loss there where we have Goblin Warriors chase Glorfindel instead of resetting. So that loses a couple of seconds, but we do manage to get a nice surround and wipe them out pretty quick. So I take the time loss over making the next section a little bit easier. And then something that actually Thinks the Clown came up with, who is the top runner in the Battle for Middle-earth 1. He suggested that I actually try and move Glorfindel in this cutscene here, which is very much possible. And obviously he knew that because he was doing similar stuff in Battle for Middle-earth 1. So that's a nice little skip. Maybe it could have been used in easy difficulty. It's not as important there though, because you don't send Glorfindel down, I don't believe. Yeah, so on hard difficulty I'm only sending Gloin over to the top section while I send the other two down to clear. I think I'll mention at this point what time we're getting, so you'll see it in the top of the video. Obviously it's a 1 hour 15 minute 15 second in-game time, which is really nice. It's just over 3 minutes slower than easy campaign, and that's obviously really close to it, considering in this game, obviously on hard difficulty, your units are a lot less healthy and the enemies do a lot more damage. So, yeah, the enemies take less damage, they do more damage. So it's quite a big difference, the difficulties in this game. And you can sort of see I've got a little setup where I take Glorfindel here and kill all of these buildings, or sort of stop these structures from building. Get a little bit of weird RNG with these goblins here, where they sort of run towards the barracks instead of fighting. That does not really happen at all, but yeah, whatever. And you can see where I get the time save of max here is essentially by clearing this bottom section on hard difficulty, of course, before the worm is ready to spawn, which doesn't normally happen. But it wasn't happening in his run. He still had quite a bit to clear. Yeah, so that's sort of where I get a lot of the time save. Basically, I'm either avoiding enemy units, or I'm just killing them much faster and just sort of minimizing time loss. Generally, there's only maybe 20 seconds of time loss in a mission. That's sort of the average compared to easy difficulty, which, you know, again, really isn't a lot. I think it's just the strategies are basically the same, but it's just the fighting enemies takes a little bit longer. So I have this probably is a stronger run because I've spent more time on it than the easy difficulty runs. The easy difficulty runs that I got out both in about a week each practice, and this honestly it's been on and off, this one probably for about a month or so. So yeah, a lot more. It's a lot more difficult, obviously, on hard difficulty. The difficulty does make it a lot more challenging, but I've also made some improvements in general. Yeah, so that's sort of the whole difficulty ramble. So yeah, in-game time is up. This mission, I believe, is only 11 seconds slower. Oh, my PB is 11 seconds slower than, or 13, than my easy run. I think in this level 8 it's maybe 20 seconds slower for this run specifically. So, and yeah, you can see the the win condition here is basically you have to take out the waves that come in at the top, which I did relatively fast there, of course. And then after a couple of dialogues from Arwen, the worm will spawn in. And obviously, yeah, the time save that we got over on the previous run is that all the buildings were already clear down here, so we got them immediately. And obviously send the eagles in. This actually ends up being a really nice fight, of course. We got already Glorfindel and Elrond down here. Elrond's giving a stat buff to all of our units. Glorfindel obviously does a bunch of units with his ability. And we actually get a really fast worm kill here. Fastest probably I've ever done, because the fact that the eagles didn't even get to attack it once is quite crazy, yeah, because they normally at least attack it once. So we actually got a very nice kill there. And I don't remember what the time was. It's actually been like over a week since I've recorded this run. I just haven't found the time to do a commentary over it yet. Yeah, oh yeah, I'll mention now, the reason I won't be doing an evil campaign run anytime soon is literally because my game stopped working. So the evil campaign requires you to be on patch 1.06. I should mention actually, this game we're running on patch 1.00. That's generally because things are easier, mainly boss units to sort of have a lot less health on the earlier patches, I believe. And things are generally a little bit easier on this patch. But the evil campaign requires 1.06 because cave trolls don't require one of the upgrades in the fissure to be built, and that's actually important for 2 missions. And because my patch switcher, something is not working, and I can't actually switch to either of the patches. I can only play 1.00. I don't know how long it's been like that, but maybe it's my sort of Windows updating and breaking something. I don't really know. But I can't play Evil Campaign anymore, not to the world record standard anyway. So that's why, yeah, the Evil Campaign is definitely not going to be anytime soon. I'll likely have to reinstall everything, and that's the whole thing. If you've ever tried to install this game in 2024, it's kind of challenging. Yeah. So mission 2, we'll get into this. Once again, only losing maybe 20 seconds or so. This ends up being a nice time. Obviously the previous one was a 5:33, which is solid for a mission 1. This one ends up being a solid mission 2. So we're using Glorfindel again. I think this is very similar to the easy run. Not too much has changed. The fact that I'm able to do this on a hard difficulty is obviously the impressive thing here, because it is a lot harder. So the main change that I've got here is I'm building these towers here with these right on this road. So basically what I found is on hard difficulty there are just too many units and you can't just ignore them like you can on easy. There are too many units coming from this bottom right section. So we actually just build towers to actually deal with them. We get a squad of archers. They stay behind for a little while and they just take out all these units that are coming through, while we sort of use our heroes and our lances to sort of clear the path into Haldir's area. And you can see, yeah, there's just a lot of units there, and they're just too powerful and hard. So, but they generally, if you keep the workers, because I think they're chasing Glorfindel, but if you keep the workers there, they will actually sort of attack the workers, and then they'll attack the towers. You can just take them out with your archers. So of course, I barely keep Glorfindel alive here. Keeping Glorfindel alive on this mission isn't a necessity, though it is nice to have him at least to kill the giants, and then he can be a little bit useful later on clearing. So here, something to note here is that once you rescue Haldir, a bunch of upgraded goblins spawn. You'll see them in a moment. I actually go in too early here. So you can see the objective came up. I've rescued him, but actually, I think I rescued him a little bit sooner, because you can see him coming in here. I didn't need to go straight in, and the reason I want to sort of have these goblins specific, I want to fight them at a specific point, is because obviously I'm using 2 spells here to increase armor and reduce their armor and increase my damage, I believe. And yeah, I could have tried to like fight them maybe a little bit further up, but my units could have supported my cavalry a bit more, but it actually turns out completely fine. I had a healthy amount of losses there, which doesn't always happen. I've still got Glorfindel up, you know. We took out basically everything there. That was a nice fight, but you got a lot of stuff going into this, honestly. And I mean literally just 2 heroes left with the archers, but that's more than enough. Glorfindel does not need to survive here, and I think that's what ends up making this sort of a pretty solid time, is the fact that Glorfindel just has survived those giants. So you obviously we need our archers here for this. What is it? I actually forgot the Watcher. That's the one. And what we do here is we use Gloin to go and destroy this final structure at the Goblin Cave. We just barely get Gloin out of range of the Watcher from whacking him and losing a bunch of time, which happens. But and you can see, I believe on 1.00 this Watcher dies a lot quicker, which is why we're playing on 1.00. So yeah, and we actually we stopped Gloin from attacking that Goblin Cave for a couple of seconds for no reason, but and we want to make sure even after we've lost control of our units, they still keep fighting, because we actually still build up points that we need for spells, of course. And 446 is solid. I believe. What did I get in my easy run? I can't remember. It was I think it was a low 4. It might have been a high 3, but probably not. My easy run, yeah, mission 2 on easy. It does change a little bit, obviously with those towers and having to slow down a bit just to kill somebody. There's a lot of units you sort of have to fight through, so it does lose time. But the fact that I could go off and alive gave me a nice time on that mission. Now, there are a few things in this campaign that are the reason that I've sort of spent a long time trying to get this run out and getting a run that I was really happy with. And mission 3 is definitely very high up on that list. This mission is quite inconsistent. It's like probably the highest luck-based one, and it's one of the highest skill-based ones in this campaign. It's very tricky. So the reason for that, of course, is mostly due to enemies. So this first fight, a certain amount of units can chase Glorfindel. You can see the Spiderlings chasing him now. Sometimes they don't, sometimes they'll stay behind. It's basically completely random. And completely random what units focus what units, so you sort of really have to sort of improvise a lot in this fight here. And of course we're sending Glorfindel straight up, so that we can clear all these enemies up here as well at the same time. And we do need to get our obviously bottom units through, which is why we're clearing all these enemies. We can't ignore them, not really at all on hard difficulty, just a bit too strong. And you can see once the base area is cleared and we get that cutscene, the end moot, and I've sort of got several different hotkeys. I want to be moving Gloin up. I need Gloin in the sort of at the front because he needs to destroy some structures for me, and obviously he's very slow, so that's the whole thing. Then we're going to go on a very specific path with Glorfindel, and this was already a thing in the easy run. The path I use with my other units is actually a thing that I found on hard difficulty, and you'll see that in a moment. So I sort of clear it through while Gloin stays ahead. Again, Glorfindel, we've pulled all of these units. That's a lot of units, a lot of high-powered units that I've pulled with Glorfindel. We need to kill that troll there in order to get the objective to free the Entmoot, and you can see we're sneaking through with these units in this little path here. And that stops us from sort of seeing more enemy units. It's also just sort of the fastest path that I didn't realise was really a thing in the easy campaign. This probably could have maybe saved a couple of seconds. And you can see Glorfindel for some reason builds up spell points really quickly. So it is a good idea to have him attacking, but I also need to keep him alive for as long as I can, because once he dies, all those units come running straight back to me. You can see, right, Gloin's obviously in the front. I need to be spawning Tom Bombadil sort of further in, right before the wall comes down, otherwise he will not be the focus. So you can see he's drawing a lot of the focus here. I get my units in closer. I attack the Goblin King. Gloin is still staying ahead. and a really solid, honestly, execution. It didn't look that difficult, but it's incredibly inconsistent. Everything about this is sort of really precise, and can very easily go wrong because, again, we're not really fighting the units in this whole section. Like that's the whole deal. We are distracting them all, and obviously that is not consistent really. They do like to chase obviously other units, and if they're focusing Gloin or something, that basically kills it. That actually ended up being a PB by 1 second there, 3:36. Really nice time to get on hard. And it was at this point I was getting quite excited for this run, because that's a big mission done. A really tricky mission, and we just got PB in it. So yeah, really nice run so far. Yeah, another thing about the mission was that the spell points. Getting up enough spell points so that you can have Tom Bombadil. Generally I would have the heal there as well. I didn't actually need to use it there, which is why I was so safe with the points there. I got Tom Bombadil out easily because I didn't actually need the heal by that point. Normally I'd have to use it in mission 2 and then probably again in mission 3, but I didn't have to do either. So that actually ended up being a really nice run overall. And yeah, so mission 4. Again, I believe I have a solid time here. Not my best. Surprisingly, I'm like getting... I didn't even realise this until like recently, but I'm getting like very nearly the times that I would get on easy difficulty on hard. I'm not even too sure why. I'm basically doing the same thing. I think because on easy difficulty, you do have to kill all of the enemies anyway. In this mission generally, you have to just fight through the units. And considering my play has probably improved a little bit since I last done the Lord of the Rings runs, and the fact that the hard difficulty is basically the same, so the same sort of thing, there's probably something to do with that. It's just making this run like really easy. And you can see here, so what we're doing here is I'm running Glorfindel ahead. It's important that we get him to at least level 6 because he needs his extra spell. He's got some really nice spells that are useful in this mission. We're using the heal on him obviously a little bit early. I want to play safe. I definitely need him alive for this mission. He's once again very important here. Glorfindel's quite important in this campaign for a lot of reasons. A lot of it is because of the speed. It's also because of the fact that he's really powerful. He's a really powerful hero. And you can see obviously we're getting, just like easy difficulty, we're getting our axe throws up because obviously we need them to speed up the final fight. And we're just spamming tunnels because we need command points basically. That's sort of the whole deal there. Something cool about demolishers is that they can literally just run over units, so that's what we're going to be using them for here. That's just sort of a lot faster than actually fighting the units, of course. They don't take damage or anything, so we're sort of slowing it down so that we don't want to run them ahead. We do need to keep these demolishers alive, or we want to anyway, because they clear walls very quickly. And you can see, yeah, generally this mission is just about moving the demolishers ahead quickly. And just sort of following with our units, getting them through. And again, yeah, I don't really want to lose these guys or take too much damage. So you can sort of see I'm making plans to sort of avoid as much damage. It's not working too well, but I'm attempting to stop the damage. And yeah, go straight in this wall. So I was saying that actually I improve upon in both the easy and hard difficulty over Max's run. Is that there's spiderlings that actually spawn from this gate, through this gate once you get to it. But the thing is, if you actually get to that gate fast enough, and I'm talking within like the first, I have easily like an extra 30 seconds of leeway. They just don't spawn. Like they literally just there's no cutscene. That they don't exist until the cutscene plays. And if you just destroy the gate, then they don't spawn. So you can literally just skip the spider riders, sorry, that come in. And it's just something I found by just doing this level fast. So yeah, that's that. And you can see, yeah, we got 5 of our axe throwers up already. We got a tunnel through. And yeah, you can see this is why we need Glorfindel up to high level with his abilities. because those drakes obviously one-shot enemy units generally, so we need to take them out individually. And yeah, just going to be using it again, Glorfindel to sort of kill high priority units. But yeah, so far this has actually been pretty solid. Not much to complain about here, other than the Demolish is taking it kind of more of a beating that I would like, which is kind of why it's a little bit slow. Once again, before we destroy this wall, we're again using Tom Bombadil to be a big distraction for us here. So the wall goes down. The Demolishers, once again, Demolishers can really kill all these archers here. Yeah, very nice crushes. We need 10 command points here for our tower. Also, I keep calling it command points when that's a completely different thing. I don't know what they're actually. Power points, there you go. It just says. So yeah, tower over the wall there. And that obviously spawns the dragon immediately. We want to get our units through. May as well use the heal there. So this mission isn't super difficult. Generally, you'll be able to win this. But you obviously it's kind of a slow one because you're waiting for demolishers, so you don't have to play too quickly. And yeah, we just go straight in. We attack the dragon here. Bunch of units up. Obviously got our armor, or extra 50% extra armor, whatever this tree is. It doesn't really matter. And yeah, we kill that dragon slightly slow. We get a few less axes than required for the first couple of volleys, but yeah, it doesn't matter. This ends up being a 601, which is solid. I've been getting in practice. I've been getting sub 6 relatively consistently, but just lost a few seconds sort of demolisher and a slightly slow dragon fight. But yeah, still a really solid run for a hard difficulty. That's I think compared to Max's run, he got like a 724, so that's over a minute. And my average time save in most of these missions is around sort of a minute. So yeah, it's well over a minute, so pretty solid there. Saving a lot of time there. So, Mission 5. Mission 5 is actually quite difficult. Like, it's honestly probably, I'd say the second most difficult, honestly, after Mission 3. Which is surprising because most of it is, like, the second half of it is an auto-scroller, of course. We wait for wave 2 and 3 to come in. We use our storm ships, of course. And that's it. We just swarm camp the enemy boats, and we just wait for the end of the mission. It's the start of this mission, particularly the boat fight section, that is actually really challenging. So obviously this first bit, we're running the two closest units, which obviously we got Glorfindel is faster, and it was just the spearmen. We're getting into these boats immediately, using Tom Bombadil to stop any the enemy units from distracting us. Obviously we want to capture these docks, which is the thing that we're waiting on. And we're getting our boats up. I'll probably just clear these other units with our starting guys. So battleships here. You need, yeah. So we're getting 4 of each, 4 in each dock here. And we're going to go for the armor upgrade. We're going to skip the healing upgrade. It's not that useful for the fights. And it costs money. We have a limited amount of money here for this beginning section. So yeah, this fight here, super challenging. Definitely a run killer. What Max actually does in this is he actually uses his storm ship. He waits like the extra sort of 45 seconds to a minute to get storm ships unlocked, and then he uses them to clear this blockade here. But that's just too slow. It's just too slow, and you can do this without doing that. So that's what I'm going to do. So we've got 4 units here. I'm not even sure this spell works here for the water, but I use it anyway. So yeah, basically what the problem here is that the enemy boats are just stronger than you, even with the armor upgrade. They're just better. So you can sort of see we get to single out these first few units by just sort of stepping up a little bit. The main force of the blockade hasn't come in yet. Of course, we got our 5th and 6th boat coming in here. We killed 3 boats, which isn't too bad, but there's a 4th there that we could have killed earlier, which is why making me a little oh god, stumbling here. Making me a little worried. But you can see, yeah, boats actually do not come in Generally, they'll come in at like 10 at once. There you go. That's the thing. We actually get a couple more earlier on, and this fight goes insanely well. Like, you can see how I've sort of sectioned myself off, so that they're only coming in from one side, and I'm sort of trying to fight one at a time. I get a really nice heal there. My units sort of bunch up really nicely, and there's blockade broken without a single boat going down. And again, that did look kind of easy to do, but that is not easy at all. That fight could so easily just literally kill all of your boats. Like, if you get those 10 units spawning on top of you, they come in and straight they fight you and straight up fight you. You do not win that at all. You do not. You have to section them off so that you're fighting sort of one at a time, ideally. But yeah, I just got an insanely good fight there, and unfortunately we do get some time loss here. Generally what happens here is when this boat spawns and you put your leaders into it, they'll just go into it. Like, the boat will sort of hug the shore, and it would let them into it pretty easily. But boats, honestly, obviously units in this game are kind of buggy sometimes. Boats in particular are pretty buggy, and that does lose me about 10 seconds there to them just not going in the boat. I'm not too worried though. Main reason I'm fine with that is because it makes this this final bit of the challenging bit of this mission, it makes the storm ship section a lot easier. And you can see we're sending 4 storm ships down into that. It's ready to take this first wave here. And we got plenty of boats, these attack boats still alive, which makes clearing these guys a lot easier. I'm worried here though, because if any boat spawns right now, it can actually just one-shot a transport ship for some reason, and it does spawn there. Luckily, like, I'm pretty sure it can die to like friendly fire as well. And I should have spawned that tower a little bit sooner. I risk it for no reason, basically, because that catapult could easily destroy the boat before, or the other unit could easily destroy the boat before any my guys get off. It could like be delayed getting off the boat. That could easily happen, and I just lose. They'll obviously lose the game to get the transport given one shot. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with that transport there. Luckily, nothing bad happened there. But yeah, having that delay there, it makes this section a lot easier. I've already got my boats in position. I don't need to be worrying about like them just automatically like targeting one useless ship and then all dying or something, and then not being able to destroy those transports. Yes, bad things can happen for this section as well, of course, but yeah, we make it through. Yeah, really nice actually. We get it down with 2 boats. No problems there, mainly because of that delay. And that is actually the difficult part of this mission done. And now it's just an auto scroller. But yeah, again, literally like over. You got mission 3. And then that part of the mission 5 is probably the most difficult bits of this campaign. So yeah, and you can see I've gone AFK here because I've actually just I'm really excited about this run at this point because I've got over a lot of the hard stuff. I'm actually just making sure like my door is closed, no one's distracting me. I'm going to skip ahead here. I could do my other commentary version because again there's like 5 or so minutes of time wasting here. So I'm going to skip ahead to mission 6. I'm going to start talking about that. So I will see you there in the commentary for that bit. See ya.
The shadow must be stopped. Wagons ready. Throw 'em a barrel.
They've launched another assault! We must keep clear of the fire! They've slain the builder!
Corruption ends here. Let's make a run.
They attack!
Yeah.
We have reached our command limit. Approaching!
I know these parts. Wagons ready.
The enemy's buildings are near.
Easy, girl. I will be your guide. Noralim, Asfaloth! They will not gain this field!
The enemy is at hand!
Everything strapped in? Shut them down! We got it covered! Toss the barrel!
Line it up. Too close.
Let's make a run!
Evil is upon us.
I will face them.
Let us go.
Now where'd they go?
We must keep clear of the fire. The enemy's close. The enemy is
There
ahead.
it is again! A second assault wave approaches!
The Corsairs' vessels bear siege engines, raining fire upon us. We must contest this threat.
attack once more!
Build bombardment ships and repel these new craft.
I will be your guide.
The enemy is near.
A third trumpet, and the skies darken. This surely is our final battle!
Unlikely words from you, Master Dwarf. But we will not perish at the hands of this rabble, I swear to you. They've launched another assault! We are victorious! Grace and good fortune both have favored us on this day of battle.
The shadow has been turned back.
The dwarves of the Blue Mountains will fight alongside the free peoples of Middle-earth after all. As this new alliance is celebrated, Arwen Evenstar arrives with the help of the Eagles. She brings the heroes troubled tidings from distant lands. Sauron's massive armies from Dol Guldur have moved north into Mirkwood, the domain of the Elven King Thranduil. The new allies must now rise up and prepare for the long journey eastward to aid their distant friends. Arwen urges the heroes to allow the Eagles to take them directly to Thranduil's side for further counsel.
Okay, we're back here, so 12:38. Again, I think my best is like a 12:20 something, so a little bit of time lost there, but it's still like a perfectly fine time because again Max loses about a minute there to just that boat wave, that obviously using storm ships instead of just attacking the boat straight up. So yeah, we save a lot of time there. So mission 6 is quite interesting actually. This is one of the few uses of actual bugs that we exploit in this game. I don't think we really do it anywhere else. So here, I found a nice little skip where you can actually start building Felix like in a brief moment before this cutscene. Which I get it from one of the barracks. You don't normally get it from both, but so you can actually use Tom Bombadil here to, at least on patch 1.0. I'm not actually sure about the other patches, but you can use Tom Bombadil here to get this cutscene playing immediately, and suddenly you're already over here. That's a lot of time save, of course, like a lot of time save. This ends up being, I think, the shortest mission. The potential to be the shortest mission in the whole campaign isn't for me here, but it almost is. And you can see I'm basically just moving King Dain along for command points. We no longer need him for this rest of this campaign at all. That section is just for, power points. Again, I'm saying the wrong thing. We're spamming Felix, of course. We're actually getting some archers up as well, I believe, queued from one of those structures. I don't really have like a great strategy for this because it's quite inconsistent in general. Generally we want the Mumakil here to go straight for our Felix, but I mean, I don't really know how it works because sometimes these Mumakil spawn randomly as well. Sometimes they can spawn like 2 at once. Sometimes they sort of wait for the other one to die. It's quite weird, and you can sort of see. Yeah, I'm using rocks here. I think it's slightly better on a hard difficulty. At least it's slightly better than Daybreak because you need the extra damage to kill more units because you really just don't have. It's quite risky here. I almost lose this, by the way. This mission generally isn't that bad, but I sort of play a little bit safe and it actually maybe cost me nearly losing the mission by playing it safe. You sort of see I use my main like soldiers that I start with, sort of destroy a couple of catapults, which may be a good play. We get very nice there. So you can see the Mubiki will take a decent amount of damage for Felix by if they attack them. If they run over the Felix, they die very quickly. And you can see that happen there. So we got a really nice kill on that second one there. We are getting destroyed by these catapults, and this is mainly because of the fact that I play this really safe and staying inside my base, which I don't normally do. And essentially giving the catapults a nice choke point to actually take out more of my units that I'm finding. So you probably shouldn't be doing this in a run. It's probably the bad thing to do. And you can see, yeah, I'm kind of in trouble here. I've stopped building Felix because I just didn't queue up enough. And I'm running low on units here. I've already used my heal. I've used all my abilities. I just about get to this Mumakil. I'm quite lucky that I get like Mumakil charges a little bit forward there, take some damage, and I'm running out of units and it charges again. Yeah, I very nearly ran out of units there. If that Mumakil didn't charge at all, I don't think I was winning this lane. And you can see here, you're probably wondering, wait, you're not going to destroy the fortress? That'll be one. That's actually part of the bug. I believe that is literally caused by Tom Bombadil obviously spawning in here before King Dain gets over there. There's sort of a checkpoint that King Dain has to reach, and that might activate the fortress objective. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's because of that bug. If you kill the Mumakil, that's just the end of the campaign. No fortress required, and that's why this is generally the quickest mission in the game, because you literally skip most of it basically. Yeah, 3:42 is not a great time. I actually think I lose a few seconds compared to max for the first time. I lose time in this in mission 6 and this mission here. Only a couple of seconds. I think it's 9 in total, but yeah, I do lose a little bit of time because there's no real time save in these missions that I found. It's just basically doing the same thing, more or less. And unfortunately, I just don't do them quite as well. I get a PB in this mission here. I think the reason I was losing time, I actually lose like a good 20 seconds in this mission on my easy run compared to max, and that is literally because I build my structures too close to the enemy spawns, and that doesn't let them get out in time, and that actually delays the enemy wave spawner by a little bit. Obviously, there's several waves on this mission that you have to deal with, and you can actually delay them slightly by not letting the enemy units come out of their spawn locations. So I actually build structures further back, and I get a nice PB in this mission. Still 5 seconds slower than Max's, but that was also, it seemed to be a PB for him, so I'm not too worried. I think it's a solid time here. I finally understood this mission fully. But unfortunately, this is like a 25-minute auto-scroller, where there's not much interesting things happening, other than just killing waves quickly, of course. So I am going to once again skip ahead here. So yeah, I'll see you in about 20. I'll see you right at the end of the mission. Yeah. Oh, one thing I should note though, in order to spawn the elves, it took me a while to figure this out. In order to spawn the elves early, you need to capture the signal fire in the bottom right and destroy the gate right in front of your base. If the gate is still alive, the elves don't spawn until the end. And if the signal fire isn't lit, obviously they don't spawn either until the end, I think. Those are just the two spawn conditions, and then you can spawn the elves like really quickly on. Make sure you've got obviously make sure you've got all your units built up to 1,000 command points before you spawn the elves, because obviously they'll block you otherwise. Yeah, that's basically it for this mission. It's a pretty simple one. So yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you in 25 minutes. I said that like an outro.
We must protect our own. Stay alert now. The elves! We can revive our fallen heroes at the throne of Erebor. Gather some axes, dwarves.
Phalanx will bring some order.
Stay together, axe throwers. We have reached our command limit.
To your places.
We come to aid you in this fight.
No time for standing about. My arms get tired, you know. All right, let's go.
Fight proud today, axe thrower. You'll be safe in my company. Fight proud today. They won't hit me. Now we'll see who's left standing.
We must gather our strength.
Elves! A Corsair looting party has been spotted to the south.
Those axes ready. Positions. Stay in ranks.
We have the forged blades.
I will be your guide.
Yes, see? Get ready,
They're
dwarves.
attacking!
Stay together, axe throwers.
Keep those axes ready.
Stay alert now.
We must gather our strength.
We build more defensive structures. They're our only hope of stopping them. Fine craftsmanship. Can't build there. There has to be a better place.
No, that won't do.
There has to be a better place.
No, that won't do. That's not going to work.
I will face them.
The mithril mail is ready.
We must be off. We must gather our strength.
Keep those axes ready. Bows.
How about some fighting?
The new
I will be
fortress
your
is
guide.
out. Plenty of work to go around. Plenty of work to go around.
We'll take care of it. Fine craftsmanship.
Where is the build site? Build it!
We must stay alert.
The
shadow must be stopped. Something is afoul. I know the way.
We're done with this one. Where do I go with these? Coming through.
Evil has spread across these lands.
Tighten up, dwarves. I won't be long.
I will be your guide.
Remain wary, elves. Great, these walls will do. Fine stonework on that.
We must gather our strength.
There's plenty of work to go around. Where is the build site? My arms get tired, you know. Clear the way! We have the best materials. Come in through. Where is the build site? Give us some room.
I know these parts. I will be your guide.
Archers of Mirkwood! Here they are!
I will face them. I know these parts. We must gather our strength.
Let none get
yes,
away!
that will do it. I know these
Done
parts.
with this one.
We must gather our strength.
They attack!
Match their strength!
They test fire! He sets up for the fire! Move along, plenty of work to go around. We have the best materials. No time for standing about. Here we go.
I know these parts.
We must stay alert. Move! Stay ready. In line, archers. Stay close. Fine craftsmanship on that one. We're done with this one. Work. We have the best materials. Come in through. Fine craftsmanship on that one. Bows! Stay close. Take cover in there. Bows! A good lookout. We shall wait. Axe throwers! A good place for an axe thrower. We are done with this one. We must not delay. Stay together, axe throwers. Where is the build site? Clear the way! Oh, yeah. Let's get to work. Where do I go with these?
We must gather our strength.
Where do I go with these? Built with dwarven. Here we go. We're done with this one. No time for standing about. Coming through. Fine craftsmanship. Positions! How about some fighting? No! They don't belong here! Lunge! Build them strong, my dear friend! Back. Cut them down! Take cover! Stand tall, Felix! Stand fast! Yes, that will do it. I'll see to it. Where do I go with these? We'll take care of it. Fine craftsmanship. Clear the way! No time for standing about. Coming through! Keep those axes ready. Stay alert now. Dwarves! Let's get in there! Axe throwers! How about some fighting? Those axes ready. We're done with this one. Oh, yeah. Let's get to work. Ah, yes, that Where is the build site? Fine stonework on that. Here we go. There's plenty of work to go around. Coming through. There's a battle coming. I know it. Form up, phalanx! Line it up! March! Let's get in there! I won't be long. We shall wait. Let's get in there! Don't fall behind. The shadow must be stopped. Grab your weapon! I won't be long. We have the best materials. This one. Here we go. Where do I go with these? Grab your weapons! I won't be long. Grab your weapons! Go! Dwarves! Keep up now! Tighten up, dwarves!
I will be your guide.
Keep those axes ready! Axe throwers! Stay alert now! Get inside! Stay together, axe throwers! We're done with this one. Just taking a breather. Ah, yes, that will do it. Clear the way! There's plenty of work to go around. Fine craftsmanship. Build it! Keep those axes ready. Stay alert now. We shall wait. It's a good time. Stay together, axe throwers. Move it out. They can't hide from a dwarf.
Must anticipate their move. The shadow must be stopped.
I'm here. Where are they? Hurry! We must build up the defenses of Dale. The enemy draws near. Here we go.
Listen well. This way.
Fine.
I know these spots. Let me show you.
I stand as your king.
I will be your guide.
Where do I go with these? Give us some room. Just taking a breather. That'll work. Where do I go with these? Here we go. Stay alert now. A good place for an axe craftsmanship. Where do I go with these? Just taking a breather. We have the best materials. Ah, yes, fine craftsmanship. Nothing stands taller than the might of the dwarves.
Take all precautions. I will face them. The shadow must be stopped.
The Mordor host draws near. I can smell their foul stench. Defeat the first wave of Mordor attackers! That's the enemy! Surely we'll need an army bigger than this. They're bringing trolls. I'll stand by your side. I'm with you. The enemy's here. Ready your weapons. We're under attack. Here we go.
We must gather our strength.
The first wave of Mordor attackers has been defeated.
Something is afoul. The shadow must be stopped.
Use the undermine to get behind their lines. They can't hide from a dwarf. Move along. Let's get in there! Dwarves! Go! To your places! I stand as your king.
Something is afoul. Evil has spread across these lands. I will face them. We must not delay.
Look there! Inside the mountains! They're trying to get in through the side!
Evil has spread across these lands. Be swift.
Where do I go with these? We'll take care of it.
We must gather our strength. Keep up! Move quietly.
This dwarf is ready. Let's get moving. Our work. My axe grows restless with where do I go with these? Protect the mine shaft! This dwarf is ready. The battle calls! Quickly now! There's a battle coming. I know it.
I will face them.
They're attacking! Die, creature of shadow! Stand fast!
Something is afoul. Take the tower.
Keep those spears ready. How about some fighting? Dwarves! My arms get tired. Clear the way! There's plenty of work to go around. Give us some room. My arms get tired. Fine stonework on that. Axes! Oh, yes, that will do it. Let's get to work. There's plenty of work to go around. Coming through!
We must gather our strength.
Stand tall, get ready, dwarves! Fine stonework on that. Dwarves! Tighten up, dwarves! Built with barbed skin. My arms get tired. We have the best materials. Get moving, we have the best materials. Form up, get ready, dwarves! Don't follow behind. Line it up! Gonna move on! To your places! I won't be long. Let's get going!
Be careful now. I know these parts.
With haste!
Take all precautions.
I'll stand by your side. Nothing stands taller than the might of the dwarves. The dwarves will have something to say about this.
Something is afoul. We must gather our strength.
How long do we have to wait? Move along. Get ready, dwarves!
Something is afoul.
dying creature of shadow. How about some fighting? Maintain positions. Our corruption ends here. We can't hold them off. Savages. Force them back.
Our need is near us.
We have bloodied them all out. Back to the darkness. They attack. Have you had enough? Regroup. Keep up now. Bring them to their knees. Hurry. Stand tall,
Eradicate their kind. Follow my lead.
My axe grows
Match their strength. We'll stay in there.
together, axe lords. War positions. My axe grows fine craftsmanship. They're attacking our left flank. And the might of the dwarves. That's it for the second wave. Prepare for the next attack. Let's get to work. Where do I go with these? Just taking a breather. Give us some room. Our structures. I'm here. Where are they? Line it up. My axe grows restless. They're attacking our resources. I'll see to it. I'll stand by your side. I'm with you. Ah, I knew this was coming. I've been waiting for this. There's a battle coming. I know it. They're after our buildings! We can't hide from a dwarf. Built with dwarven skill. Keep your wits about you. Quickly now. I'm with you. In we go. My axe grows restless.
We must gather our strength.
Tighten up, Retty's where do I go with these? No time for standing about. My arms get tired, you know. We'll take care of it. There's plenty of work to go around. That'll work. We're being overrun! I'll stand by your side.
Elves of the Woodland Realm.
Fine stonework on that. There's a battle coming. I know it. Where do I go with these? Built with stay together, axe lords. Keep those axes ready.
We must reclaim our forest.
Grab your weapons. Stay together, axe lords. Keep those axes ready. Axe throwers. Stay ready. I'm here. Where are they? Keep those axes ready. Axes! Let's get in there. Wait. Stay alert now. Axe throwers! Bows! There's plenty of work to go around. Hooey! To your places! Advance! Keep those spears ready! Get ready, dwarves! Follow me! Fight proud today! Pick up those
I
spears!
will face them. I know the way.
First dwarf is ready!
You must anticipate their move. Something is afoul. Follow me!
Nothing stands taller than the might of the dwarves. To your places! Stand tall, Felix! Go forth! Just taking a break.
plenty of work to go around. Let's get to work.
Alright, we're back to the final wave here. I kind of used the rocks a little bit early, but I wanted to make sure I used my I put my units on defensive positions so they didn't move, so they let the enemy units come out, of course. So yeah, the trolls, obviously we want to make sure the catapults is the main thing. The catapults need to come out so we can kill them faster. I go on this one. I should have researched my spells there. Should have researched my spells for the next mission, but I didn't for some reason. Either way, yeah, that catapult just sort of runs ahead, and yeah, I just get a really nice clear on that final section. That was a really nice clear, and that ends up being I don't remember what the time was, but it ended up being a really solid run for mission 7. So I'll take it. Yeah, so back to mission 8. Mission 8, actually quite a tricky one. This is actually the reason I spent probably almost like an extra week or two trying to figure out this run. It was mission 8, just trying to figure out a strategy for it. There's a lot to say about mission 8. It's actually a really interesting one for a speed run. 27:19, pretty good. Yeah, so I go into this without the spells researched, my PowerPoint spells, which is a little bit of a mistake here. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. I think the game pauses either way. You activate the spells, and yet this mission is quite tricky and hard, but I've actually managed to find a nice strategy that makes it basically more or less the same as easy difficulty. It's honestly maybe like 20 seconds slower, and to compare that to Max, who loses like a good 2 minutes or so compared to his easy run. Obviously he doesn't he just doesn't finish the game as fast as possible. It's he waits. He has to. I think because there's a wave that comes in, and he basically doesn't kill it immediately. He lets the wave come to him while he's still destroying the inner structures here. So what we're doing here, we want to send cavalry in immediately, and we're doing that because we need to breach the Fortress of Dolgador, the objective. And that is what calls in the enemy attack wave, and we obviously want to spawn that as quickly as possible because the attack wave needs to come in, and we need to kill it to end the mission. So that's basically why we're sending them immediately, and we use rocks to breach the fortress, and then we get the forces there. We're using Daybreak, and of course this is it's quite a risky section. These catapults can easily kill our horses. Both the catapults and the troll kill them in one shot. We're using Tom Bombadil here. Again, we use the heal on him so that he can take out the troll. We kill the catapults because I don't want to risk it, ignoring them. We're using our archers in the top section, of course, to put in the reinforcements there. While we use sort of a tower distraction as a distraction up here. And I almost forget, but we're actually sending those archers in to summon a watcher. And while we were doing all of that, there's quite a lot. So obviously I used the earthquake in the bottom right bit as well. I missed that while I was talking. But while we were doing all of that, we were building up. Mana trees aren't exactly necessary. I do them to get max command points, but I don't think I actually build up to max command points anyway. And also I'm rushing my upgrades. We actually want Silverthorn arrows here. I think they're quite powerful. They aren't actually as powerful now with my new strategy. Because I actually, spoiler, I don't use infantry to actually destroy this fortress. I actually go full hero mode, and I send in 6 heroes to actually take out the entire fortress of Dolgador. It's actually quite a nice strategy. That actually ends up just being, safer and actually works better than sending you infantry in, because the infantry die very easily to the enemy catapults in that fortress. And they end up they just die. They come in and die. So I just don't use them. I actually keep them out ready. And you can see, there's the mortal counter attack. Obviously that starts to come in once you breach the fortress. And yeah, that's basically what we're waiting on to end the mission. And we'll obviously have a bunch of infantry now ready to take those out instead of sending them into the fortress. And you can see again, both our lancers survive, which doesn't always happen. Normally at least one will die, but we'll be using them to take out the spiderling caves on the bottom section, while we obviously move our forces up to the top section and clear out this base before the reinforcements come in. We're putting up a bunch of archers, obviously. The silverthorn arrows are quite nice here. They're kind of useful for this point because they take out structures a lot easier and actually kill this watcher very quickly. And we want to take out the watcher, ideally before reinforcements come in. And finish off these spider caves. This is just important so that when we're ready to move our units in to take out the enemy attack wave, obviously the spiderling caves just won't be in the way. So that's the whole thing there. So we go in with our archers, we want to take these out quickly. Ideally you'd have Elrond ready. He's actually going to... You could move him in just before you get the cutscene of the reinforcements. You could move him in to start attacking this fortress, which is sometimes what I do. Actually take a big catapult shot on those archers, but it doesn't really matter. See, I don't actually do it in this one. I just want to make sure that our archers at base don't dodge these attack trolls that come in right as the reinforcements come in always. They should be fine, they've got the silverthorn arrows. And as long as you get... So you may have noticed I lined these the cutscenes up. I captured the sequel fires within 10 seconds of each other. So I actually skipped one of the cutscenes. Obviously the other one, the first one will cancel the second one. So you save a little bit of time there. Yeah, and we're upgrading everything. We're getting silverthorn arrows up at least, but it's not. I don't need to worry too much about my infantry at the moment. It's not a big deal. You can see we're sending our siege units, our ents, and catapults in with our heroes. We're using our tornado here. Quite important to take out these catapults because they do a lot of damage, both with the fire damage and obviously damage to our siege units. And you can see I've sort of lined this up here. I have Elrond in the fortress distracting the fire, while our ents can take out these catapults without taking damage, which is quite important as well. And I've obviously used the tornado to take out the inner two catapults there, making this space a lot easier to obviously get into. We're sort of still upgrading our units. We've got all our heroes on hotkey now. They're just about ready to go in. We've taken out all the catapults. There's still some fire spreading, but again, all of these units can sort of tank a little bit of damage. Unlike infantry, which would just basically just die to that. I don't want to use a heal here. I actually do want to keep that for my heroes. Ideally, we want to keep some of these siege units alive to help take out these structures here. So they get them all down. And again, even on hard difficulty, our heroes take a lot more damage, of course. 6 heroes here, all level 10. It's just like they're really powerful. It's a really nice. It's just the ideal strategy to just go full hero mode into the fortress and start taking things out. That's just the better strategy. So that's what we're going to do. You don't need to take out these units. I'm mainly doing this so that these units don't focus my siege units. I want to keep the siege units alive, like I just said. So we're taking out those units there. It does cost quite a bit of health for my heroes though. We've already used one I've got. What is it? Oh, what's this guy called? The guy Elrond, that's the one. We've already used one of Elrond's heals, which is a little bit sad. We have a lot of heals. We got 2 on Elrond, 1 on Arwen, and then obviously our main heal. So that's quite, yeah. We get a lot of resets on hero health. So using Tom Bombadil, make it a tower to distract some of their fire, of course. Probably use Arwen's spell to take out these structures as well. So these heroes, we sent our 4 elven heroes down to this section to take out these few buildings down here. Best thing to do here is to focus fire the worm. It just does too much damage otherwise, but you can kill it quite quickly. It dies a lot faster than on mission 1. And you can see we've sent our dwarves up to that back section. The dwarves actually, the reason we send the dwarves up there is because they don't actually make it back to fight off the mortal counterattack either way. No matter where you send them, they're just too slow really. So we just send them at the back and they sort of deal with things over there. While our obviously elven heroes will make it back in time. Unfortunately, we get a lot of focus firing Glorfindel here. We do a lot to actually keep him alive, but he does go down. Not a huge deal, as long as we actually manage to take out these structures. That's the main thing. And we get those structures here. We're sort of using Gloin spells a lot to take out these structures. And I'm looking around. Our siege units did a good job, obviously. We queued them up to take out a lot of those structures. As long they took out that fortress, they don't normally get the cave, also the troll spawn, whatever it is. I don't remember what it's called. They don't normally destroy that, but they'll do some damage to it. They did a pretty good job there. So we're finishing off these last couple of structures with our dwarves, of course, while we send our elves down. I'm attacking these trolls with builders here. There you go. Yeah, so the reason I haven't actually sent these infantry units in ready to attack these waves yet, or at least the bottom wave yet, is because there's actually an enemy dragon that spawns on these paths. Some of you may have seen it if you played this game before. If you send them in too quickly, these dragon will spawn and literally destroy all of your units. That's happened before. Which is why I'm delaying until like the last 30-40 seconds, because then the dragon tends not to spawn then. So yeah, we're moving them in. Obviously we got 3 elves down there, elven heroes left that will help with that bottom wave, and basically all the reinforced units on the top left, of course, and the archers that we built are on the bottom right, and that's where the waves come in. We're a little bit slow on these dwarves, taking out these final structures here. I was sending Gloin in. He's got his spells queued up to destroy buildings quickly. He's going for that final structure there. You may have noticed, if you're paying attention, that there's actually a couple of structures that are not killing my heroes in this base here. As the wave comes in here, it's possible to lose this top left fight if you're not focus firing a little bit on these Mimikill. But generally you're going to be fine in both these waves here. And you can see, yeah, these structures here, we're actually waiting for this spell to come up. Make sure we line up properly. And those are the last 2 structures there. Yep, all structures done. May as well use our final spells if we have any on these last units. King Dane, actually, I think King Dane and Gloin sort of anticlimactically die right at the end of this mission. But yeah, we cleared the bottom wave here, and that's it. We just need to kill these final catapults here. That's just a big time saver, Max, obviously, because he literally waits for these units to come in, and then he has them chase them into Dol Guldur to kill them there, because his units just aren't ready to fight them yet. But yeah, a good like 2 minutes or so of time save. This is very close to my easy run at this point. It's only maybe 15-20 seconds slower on my easy difficulty run, which is really nice, and that's just basically due to destroying this attack wave slightly slower. Yeah, if you had like a couple extra spells there, you can kill those waves really quickly. I just don't have them up, but either way, yeah, just a really solid 8 as well. Nothing really to complain about there either. And yeah, that's the run. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I wasn't too rambly. I know I was talking a lot there. But yeah, I just wanted to sort of talk about the run that I've been working on for quite a while now. I get this commentary done. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Obviously, 1 hour, 15 minute, 15 second in-game time. We've measured this run based off in-game time.
Peace has returned to Middle-earth.
So yeah, a really solid run. I doubt anyone will probably ever beat this. Just yeah, it's just a really solid run. I mean, there aren't really any other runners anyway that are currently playing. So yeah, that's the run. Is there anything else I wanted to say? I'm just thinking. I actually gave myself some extra time here at the end of this mission to talk for a moment. 11:40 is solid. Sub 12 minute on a hard difficulty run is just really good for this mission. Yeah, so as I said earlier, Evil Campaign may or may not be doing, I don't know. I was considering sort of going back and sort of doing individual level speedruns where I get some really nice times on some of these levels. Maybe on easy difficulty it might be more fun, I don't know. But on speedrun.com, individual level runs are now a thing. They were changed a little while back, so we could do them maybe on our channel. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I hope the commentary was okay. I haven't done one in a while, so I know I've been away from the channel for a while. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you maybe for another Lord of the Rings run at some point. Goodbye.